At 37,000 feet, surrounded by the steady hum of the aircraft, Michael Turner already knew this flight would test everything inside him. Being a single father hadn't been part of his plans, but life rarely asked him what he wanted. After losing his wife 2 years earlier, he had become mother, father, and protector to little Oliver, a boy who was his entire world, and at the same time, a reminder of everything he had lost. Michael boarded the plane, exhausted. He had barely slept, had rushed through the airport, and Oliver had been fussy since sunrise. By the time the seatbelt sign lit up, the baby's face was red, his tiny fists clenched, and the first cries began. At first soft, then louder, then louder still. Michael felt heat rising in his face. He whispered, "It's okay. It's okay, buddy." But it wasn't okay. Oliver cried harder, overwhelmed by the pressure in his ears, unfamiliar sounds, and the chaos of the cabin. Michael tried everything: his bottle, his pacifier, a soft lullaby his wife used to sing, but nothing helped. And then came the voices from behind him. "Can you please make that child stop?" From across the aisle. "Some of us want to rest." Each word hit Michael like a stone. He knew they didn't understand. He knew they saw only inconvenience. But all he could think was, "I'm failing." Again. Before he could respond, a gentle hand touched his arm. He turned. A woman in her late 50s, silver hair neatly tied back, eyes soft and warm. She wasn't annoyed. She wasn't frustrated. She looked kind. "May I hold him for a moment?" she asked. Michael blinked, confused. I don't know if she smiled. "I'm a grandmother of 4. Trust me, I've handled louder cries than this." There was something calming in her voice, something that felt safe. Michael hesitated, but then handed Oliver to her, his hands trembling slightly. He felt like he was giving away proof of his failure as a father. But the woman held the baby with such familiarity, such tenderness, that Oliver's cries softened almost instantly. She gently rocked him, whispering something only he could hear. Within a minute, he had stopped crying completely. Within 2, he was asleep. The cabin grew quiet. Even the passengers who had complained earlier looked away, ashamed. Michael felt tears sting the corners of his eyes. Relief, gratitude, and something he didn't feel in a long time. "Hopi," the woman glanced at him and said, "babies don't cry to bother people. They cry because they trust us to help them." Her words broke something inside him softly, like a knot finally loosening. "You're doing your best, Michael," she added gently. He froze. How do you know my name?" She pointed to the small tag on his laptop bag and winked. For the first time in months, Michael let himself breathe. She held Oliver for most of the flight, letting Michael drink water, stretch his hands, even close his eyes for a moment without fear. When the plane began its descent, she returned the baby to him. "Thank you," he whispered. "No need," she said. "Just pass kindness forward when you can." During this, Michael turned to look for her, wanting to thank her properly. But she was gone. Not in the aisle. Not in the rows behind him. Not in the gate area. Only a flight attendant approached him. "She asked me to give you this." A small folded note. His heart pounded as he opened it. Inside, written in soft, graceful handwriting, "You are not failing. You're just tired, and still, you keep going. That is what makes you a good father." Michael pressed the note to his chest, tears slipping silently down his face. At 37,000 feet, a stranger had reminded him of something he desperately needed to believe. He wasn't alone, and he was enough.